Let's take a couple of minutes and we'll walk through the navigation settings on the AVIC-8000NEX. So from my navigation screen, I'm going to touch the search button here, and we'll move over one layer to the settings menu. Here there's a number of very useful things. First thing up is our route preferences. Here, the type of vehicle that you have selected when you set the system up as a car, but this is the important one here, route planning method. In route planning method, we can choose the fastest, the easiest, the shortest, or most economical. I think a lot of people will choose the fastest, but it's also tempting to choose the shortest. Fastest and shortest can be very, very different routes. I'll choose fastest for right now. And we can choose what type of highways to choose from and other sources or other options along the way here. Most of these are set to on. If there's anything you want to switch off, you can switch them on and off right here. So we'll go back a layer. Next up is our sound settings. First up is our voice setting. We can touch that one. And right now our voice is set at 50% of its volume. If I drag that backward a little bit, when I let it go, the system will talk to me.
Have a nice trip. Drive carefully.
And that'll let me know how loud the system is going to be. If I don't want to hear the voice, I can switch it off right here. But I definitely want to hear the voice. I like that. And we're going to turn that volume way up. So we can close that. Here are alert beeps. We can choose to have those on or off and adjust the volume here as well. And we can have a ding when it's time to make turns, and we can our voice guidance, we can turn it on or off. If you don't want the system to talk to you, you can switch it off here. This verbosity level is something that you can change. It is how often the system will talk to you. Verbose means it'll talk to you a lot. Minimal means it will give you very minimal instructions. We'll go back out of this menu and move over to our warnings. Here is the speed warning, and this is one that I find very interesting. We can have a warning. The system will give us a warning when we've gone over the speed limit if you want to. We can both have a visual and an audio warning if you want to have those. You can make it just visual, or you can disable that completely right here. The speed limit is always on the screen when you're driving. We can switch that on or off right here if you don't want to have the speed limit sign on the navigation screen. And then we get warnings when we hit 100% of the speed limit outside cities and in cities. And both of these settings work the same way. We can change that speed limit warning from 100%. We can make it lower, or we can make it higher. So if you tend to drive a little over the speed limit, maybe you want to push this up to 100 or 120% of the speed limit, or maybe you want to drag it backwards down to 85 or something like that. I'm going to leave it at 100 for right now. We'll go back out of the warnings. Let's look at our navigation map. Here we can look at the map display, and we can change colors and other items on the map display, switch things on or off if you find them distracting or you want to add more things in. Next up is our data fields. And this is at the bottom left-hand side of the screen. It tells us when we will arrive at the destination, the time at the destination, how long it is to get there. You can choose to have which of those items shows up on your screen. Next is our route bar, our route progress bar, which is over on the side here, showing us as we get to our destination. And there's another very interesting thing down here. Here you can have signposts that show up on the screen, and they're very realistic signposts that are on the screen here as well. So we'll go back. And here are our regional settings. So here you can change the language of the text or the person that's speaking to you. Okay, we have a choice between our female voice is Amy, our male voice is Dave, and if you want, you can switch this to a text-to-speech engine, which is more of a computerized voice. When you use Dave or Amy here, they will give you landmarks at your turns. We'll go back out of that and onto the display. Here we can have change the animation menus and the skins that you'll see on the screen. Another very useful button is the useful information here. I can touch this button and I can ask the system where I am at any time, and I get Latin lawn. It also gives me cross-street information. I can get help nearby if I would break down or something like that, or need some type of help. This tells me where I am and the nearest points to get help. And I can get country information over here.